While I was scrolling through TikTok, I came upon something disturbing. But what if I told you the same caption was actually used as the main piece of evidence against the man in the disturbing murder case you see on your screen actually right now? So today I would love for y'all to come along and see how this murder case actually unfolds and see if the famous TikToker Mr. Prada is actually innocent or not, because there's a crazy twist that I didn't even expect. So the TikTok y'all seen in the beginning was actually used in a news broadcast. Hold on, I gotta show y'all this.
Terrion Thomas, aka Mr. Prada, is charged with second-degree murder in the death of Louisiana therapist Nicholas Abraham, who was found bludgeoned to death and wrapped in a tarp on the side of the highway. The case has brought renewed attention to one of Mr. Prada's viral videos where he's practicing for his mugshot. Dr. Nicholas Abraham, known as Dr. Nick, treated patients with substance abuse and depression. Although their connection is still unknown, Mr. Prada did talk about his mental health struggles online.
I've never seen anybody that's bipolar before.
Abraham was seen on surveillance cameras going into the TikTok personality's apartment. Mr. Prada, no stranger to the camera, is later seen dragging something wrapped in a blue tarp and putting it into the doctor's car. The next day, Dr. Nick's body is found. Cause of death, blunt force trauma.
Hold on. Look, now I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but if you see somebody dragging a blue tarp and throwing it in the back of a car, what do you think it is? Let's be for real. Hold on, I'm gonna hear him out.
A search warrant for Mr. Prada's apartment and found blood, weapons, and it even looked like he had tried to clean up the crime scene. After fleeing police in Dr. Nick's car, Thomas crashed into a cop car and escaped. U.S. Marshals traveled 400 miles where they tracked him down in Dallas and booked him.
So you're telling me this fool escaped? Yo, I did not know he did all that. I thought he was just like, because it keeps saying, okay, so yes, accused. I know accused, but come on, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. There's people who still haven't done crimes and they've ran, but you're telling me that you first ran. You ran, crashed into a cop car in the guy's car that just happened. Damn, sorry. You chose to flee in the guy's car that was possibly killed, and then you decided to go to another state. Yo, wallahi, he's cooked. But look, there's always two sides to every story, right? So there's a guy who actually posted the good ending, and the caption actually says, I guess Mr. Prada was the hero all along. And this got me wondering. We gotta see.
Lines 9 years ago, back in 2015. Here's a clip from a newscast back then.
A Baton Rouge therapist is under investigation.
He was charged with child molestation, with police saying an 11-year-old patient claimed Abraham had touched him inappropriately during a therapy session.
I'm sorry, I can't hear over this loud ass music, but it looks like they were saying that he basically did it because the guy was a child, but it was an accusation. So I don't know. I can't say anything on that. That's fucking crazy, man. I'll be 100% honest with y'all. I honestly didn't know that much about this case or really any of this situation. So I came to y'all like the British were coming. You know what I'm saying? So I found this guy called AjiahTv Universe, and he breaks down perfectly. So I'm a little slow. So hopefully he can catch me up, and hopefully he can catch some of y'all up. Y'all probably know more than me.
Mr. Prada, a really big TikToker with over 4 million followers.
Damn.
See, Mr. Prada had a problem. He just got arrested for killing somebody. And the evidence is astonishing. First of all, the person he's accused of is a therapist, not his therapist, a therapist.
Okay, we know a lot of this.
Found, listen closely, duct taped, covered with a blue tarp. So police were like,
I didn't know he was duct
somebody
taped.
did this. And suddenly the police hear that the therapist's car is being driven around. The police chief was like, everybody, you know what that means, right? An officer was like, it's a ghost. The chief said, you wait here. Everybody else, go find the car. And while they find the car, they say, pull over. Mr. Prada says, psych, does the race on them boys. The police chase him down. Mr. Prada crashes the car. They said, get out the car. He gets out the car. Then that boy get on feet. He kind of long. If you look close enough, he start running. He take off. Police start chasing him, but what I just said, that boy got length. He outruns them. Police said, we need help identifying. Everybody said,
okay, we know.
Oh, well, from there, it's pretty easy to find his information. So they go to his house, and they see red stuff all over the wall. The therapist read stuff. Neighbors were like, oh, I seen the therapist. He went into Mr. Prada's house the other day. Just to be sure, though, police grab video surveillance, and they see the therapist walking into Mr. Prada's house. Neighbors then say, yeah, and then we saw Mr. Prada walk out with a blue tarp. Police look at the footage. They see Mr. Prada walking out with a blue target.
Why?
At this point, this is all police needed to identify Mr. Prada as dangerous. And when you're identified as dangerous by the police, it's on. At this point, all the resources and manpower of the Justice Department is going to be used against you.
You're cooked.
So, bro flees to Texas. The police in Louisiana, by the way, this whole thing happened in Louisiana, they couldn't go after him because they can't leave the state. So the U.S. Marshals go after him. Remember, every resource is used against you. And well, it was only a matter of time, Marshals caught him. Now, I want to be clear, not much is known about why he did it, but a huge thing on the internet that's going around is that the therapist might have been inappropriate with Mr. Prada, because it turns out the therapist was accused of doing something inappropriate to a young male in 2015. Now, the charges were dropped. That doesn't mean he didn't do it. That just means the charges were dropped. People assume the therapist did this to Mr. Prada since the age of the 2015 person matches with Mr. Prada's age. And the lawyer's therapist at the time, listen closely, says the person who accused the therapist was unequivocally not Mr. Prada. It wasn't Mr. Prada, guys. And the therapist's past lawyer doesn't have a reason to lie. But his lawyer did say he speculates that it was something intimate going on with the therapist and Mr. Prada. The therapist was openly gay. He was found walking by himself into Mr. Prada's apartment. A lot of Mr. Prada's recent TikToks seemed like he was having issues with somebody he loved. And well, but again, this is speculation.
Damn. That's actually insane, yo. Look, I am not a man for violence. You know, we keep it PG-13 around here. We all family. We sing Kumbaya every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to see any more weird or disturbing got you right here, you know what I'm saying? I got a playlist and I got a video. But thank you. I appreciate it. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully you have an amazing day. Peace.